Hi, this is David with Smart Wealth Coaching. Welcome to our Smart Budget Preview and instructional video. In this video, I'm going to give you a preview of our personal budget tool and show you all the great tools that are available in it. This video will also give you a closer look at how easy it is to use. So let's get started. Once you've received and downloaded the personal budget file, you'll obviously open it up on your computer. This will be the first sheet that you should see, which is entitled Template. You can see here down below. You will want to make sure that you save the personal budget on your individual computer and then name it however you would like. Obviously something that you can keep track of. So first we're going to go over this template worksheet. This is the tool that you will be using each month to create your budget, which is the most important aspect of any financial plan. As you can see, it's named Template. This is how you will receive it. It will have template here. I'll show you in a few minutes how to actually copy this and start creating your monthly budgets. But first, let's look at the budget guide. Here's a quick and easy resource within your budget tool to get some helpful tips and processes for using this particular budgeting tool. You'll see everything in red are instructions for the different areas of the budget. I'm not going to go through each one because we're going to walk through those here in a second, but just wanted you to see what it looks like. As you scroll down, you'll have items here that you can read through that will help you as you go, especially if you're not that familiar with Excel or have limited experience with it. So as you scroll down, again, you'll see other items here. We'll go over those shortly. And so this is just all the information that you'll have access to. So you're provided with this template, and you can customize how you name your budgeting sheets as you go each month. We obviously recommend that each month you do a personal budget. Make sure that each dollar is accounted for within that budget. So first, I'll show you how to copy this to make a monthly budget. Right here where it has template, you use that. Right click, go to move or copy, create copy, select where you want to have it. In this case, we want it after the template, but before the debt snowball sheet. Click OK. And there you have the new copied template. As you can see, it copied over everything that was in that, which is convenient because as you do your budget month to month, you'll have items on there that you want to copy over that you've customized, and it makes it easy so you don't have to redo it every month. You can rename this by right-clicking again, rename. It will highlight the sheet down there, as you can see. In this case, we'll call it January. Hit enter, and now you've recreated that template for a particular budget. We're just calling in this example this one for January. Let's take a look at the great features of this budget. So first, in that month, your header, you can rename that for whatever month that you're operating in at that current time. We recommend that you use the month because it's a quick reference. Also, when you save this file, you can save it according to whatever year you're in also. So as the years go by, you can refer back to your budgets if you need to. The top section gives you a snapshot of your current monthly income, budgeting, and spending. The tool automatically calculates these amounts for you as you complete your budget in the areas below and provides you a quick reference of your overall budget numbers. You will also notice a message to the right of the remaining budget amount. This helps you ensure that you are assigning every dollar each month to a budget item. You will see how this works as we continue to review the budget. Next, as you come down, you'll see the itemized income. These are fields that are customizable for you. Obviously, everyone has different sources of income, like your salary. Maybe there's some rental income that you have. Maybe you receive a refund or refunds in 1 month or month to month. You have areas for suggestions for ATM rebates, bank interest you may receive, if you transfer money from other accounts, money that you may carry over from the prior month would be added in there to budget for the next month that you're in. So just different areas here. As you can see, these are customizable. So you can click in those cells. Let's say this is, we'll just put it your income, whatever that is. You can name it whatever you would like. And again, so you can customize these as you see fit, and then obviously put your amounts in here depending on what they are. There's plenty of fields here for different things that may come up during the month. And then here again, it automatically calculates what your total income is, which is also will show at the top in this area of total income, which you can see as you scroll. The next section over here to the right, as you see, is a donut chart. This is taking the different categories you have to budget for each month and just giving you a graphic picture, a visual of the percentages of each category of your spending. So as you change or budget for that month or go back and change it during the month, those categories obviously will adjust accordingly as you do that. So let's go down to the categories, and this is where you will start budgeting for that month. First category in this case is giving. Again, you can see conveniently the percentage there that corresponds, if I scroll back up, to the percentage that's showed in the visual donut chart. So as you go through each category will have different budget items. We've gone ahead and put in suggestions of the most common, often used categories to help you get started. You simply enter the amounts you're budgeting for each line item, and you will be entering the amounts you spend throughout the month. So in this example, in the giving, if you were to budget for tithing, you would have, in this example, I've put in $800, which is just a percentage of the income, 10% in this case. And then when I do that tithing, whether it's $200 per week throughout the month or $800 at a time, I just enter that amount here. So let's say I do $200, then it will automatically calculate how much I have remaining for the month to spend. Obviously, if I do $800, I have $0 remaining. And then on down the line, these are fully customizable. So if you have something else that you're giving for, maybe you're giving to a particular charity, let's just say the Red Cross, you can put that information in here and then decide how much you want to budget. As you continue through the budget categories, you see all the different budget items that we have pre-populated for you as suggestions. Again, you can edit these to fit your particular situation. In each category, there's a column to enter what your budget amounts are for that particular month, and a column for you to track your spending. Again, the last column will automatically calculate how much you have remaining to spend throughout the month. Let's take a look back at the message I referred to earlier at the top of the spreadsheet. Your remaining to budget amount will automatically calculate as you work on your budget, letting you know how much is left overall for the month. The message to the right will let you know that you need to keep assigning your money to a budget item as shown here, or let you know you are done. I'll show you what it looks like by adding the amount left to budget to a budget item. In this case, let's add charitable giving of $304.02, which is our remaining to budget amount. Hit enter, and you'll notice that the message has changed and given you a big green check mark to let you know that you have budgeted all your money for that month. So let's change the charitable giving back to 0. So we go back to having just over $304 left remaining to budget. And as we continue to look through the budget categories, you notice that some of them have a separate place to enter your spending amounts. For instance, here in the groceries budget item, there is an itemized grocery list that adds convenience to entering your grocery store transactions during the month. As I enter transactions for groceries, you will see the spent column amount automatically calculate. I would like to Point out also that if you happen to click in the spent column for a budget item that has an itemized list, you'll get a message directing you to the itemized section, as you see here. As we look at the rest of the budget items, you see we have listed many suggestions for you that you can edit as needed, along with the additional itemized sections. The last budget category is for consumer debt if you have any. This will be any debt other than your home mortgage. Things like credit cards, home equity loans, student loans, or car loans. Smart Wealth Coaching adheres to the debt snowball method of paying off debt, which simply means you pay your debts from the smallest balance to the debts with the largest balance. To help you with this process, we have included a debt snowball calculator. So let's walk through that now so you can see how it can help you pay off your debt. If you are in the process of paying off your consumer debt, you will really love this tool. This tool allows you to list all of your debts along with their current balance and minimum payments, and then automatically calculates the amount you can pay each debtor based on the extra income you have available to apply to your debts each month. This tool quickly does all the math for you. This is how it works. First, you list all of your debtors in the first column based on the amount you owe each from smallest to largest. In this example, I've already listed a Discover card, Visa, MasterCard, Student Loan 1, Student Loan 2, and 2 car loans. I already have the current balances of each listed smallest to largest, and the next column has their corresponding minimum payments. At the top of the calculator, you have two things you will need to enter. First, you will use the drop-down menu to choose whether you already included your minimum payments in your monthly budget by answering yes or no. Then you will need to put the amount you can apply towards your debt this month, as shown here in the blue shaded box. In this example, we already budgeted for our minimum payments, and we have $700 extra to apply toward our debts. If we look back at our example, you can see our remaining to budget is $700, and here under the debt snowball section category, we have the minimum payments already budgeted. So since we have our minimum payments already budgeted, we go to the drop down, select yes, and then put in the remaining amount we have to budget, which is in this case $700. After we enter these two things, you will see the Pay This Month column automatically determines how to apply the extra money we have to our debts from smallest to largest. Notice that if an amount in the Pay This Month column is green, that means you are paying that debt off this month. It also gives you a message in green out to the side as an indicator that you are paying off this debt. The last column shows you how much extra over the minimum payment you will be applying to each debt. If you had not already budgeted your minimum payments in your monthly budget, you would select no here in the drop down, and then we would have put the total amount we had left over, which would be $2,058. And as you can see, it will apply to your payments in the same fashion it did before. The only difference being, in the first example, you had already applied your minimum payments to your budget. In the second example, you had not, and so obviously the amount you had to apply towards your debts was greater. Another thing to point out, here in this dialog box, this changes according to your selection in the drop down. So if it has select in the drop down, it will tell you to make a selection in the drop down menu. Once you select yes, it will tell you to put any extra money to apply towards your debts. If you select no, it'll tell you to put the total money to apply towards your debts. So if you selected no, and for some reason you don't have enough money left over in your budget to cover all of your minimum payments, you will see some other indicators here in the table. So let's put back in 700. and we selected no, that we have not included our minimum payments in our monthly budget, now the calculator will show you what you can apply from smallest to largest from that $700 for each debt. You will notice that you would be able in this case to pay your minimum payments all the way down to student loan 1, and then you would be able to apply $184 to student loan 2, and you would have no money left over to apply toward car loan 1 and car loan 2. Also, you can see there's an indicator in red that corresponds to a message that tells you you don't have enough money to apply to all of your minimum payments, as another indicator that you need to possibly go find some more money in your budget if possible. As you can see, one of the great features of this calculator is it works whether you have already budgeted for your minimum payments in this month's budget or you're using the amount you have left over after budgeting for everything other than your debts. You will also notice to the left of the calculator we have included the simple steps for using this calculator, so you can refer to them at any time also. And as you can see below, there's a message indicating some of the features that I pointed out. Again, when an amount in the pay this month column is green, that means you're paying off that debt. You also have an indicator over here to the right. And when the total you can pay this month is red, you don't have enough to meet your minimum payments, as you saw previously. Another thing to note is since your balances and minimum payments change each month, you will need to update your balances and minimum payments. We have also provided you a tips for eliminating your debt reference next to the Debt Snowball budget section, along with a motivational section that explains why the Debt Snowball is so effective. We are confident you will find the Debt Snowball calculator to be a very easy, automated process that will allow you to become debt-free the quickest way possible. Now let's move to the Christmas gift tracker. We all tend to purchase Christmas gifts from many different retailers. This is a handy tool that allows you to track all that Christmas spending in one place while automatically calculating your expenditures and how much you have remaining to spend on gifts. You simply enter the amount you have chosen to budget for Christmas gifts here. I've already populated this with $1,000 for this particular example, and then use the itemized list below to track your spending. I'll enter some items and amounts so you can see the tracker calculate the spending and remaining amounts above. As you enter your transactions throughout the month, you can easily use the automated spending calculator to help you track the total amount spent in your budget, which is shown right here. In this December budget example, I have Christmas gifts listed in the personal category. Based on the spending amount from the Christmas gift tracker, it makes it easy to keep up with your Christmas spending in your budget. This calculator prevents you from having to continually add to your spent amount in the budget and gives you a place to organize your Christmas shopping. In this example, the Christmas gift tracker currently has our spend amount at $233.99. So I simply go to December and put that amount in there. And it calculates my remaining and continues to update my budget. We know you will find this tool very handy during the Christmas season. We've also included two other really nice features within this budget tool. One is the net worth calculator. So let's go through that real quick. It's very simple and easy to use. Allows you to calculate your net worth. You simply enter the amounts here in each of the orange shaded fields. Here would be the current amount of your home, if you have one. If not, you can just leave it as 0. In this case, let's say individual has a home valued at $200,000. Total of all your vehicles valued. Let's say for this example, out of your vehicles total $30,000. You have a savings account balance, let's say of $3,000. All your investment savings total, for the sake of this example, $100,000. If you have an HSA, health savings account, you can put them out there. We'll leave that 0 for now. And then you have to enter what you owe. Obviously, your net worth is what you own, everything that you own minus what you owe, outstanding debt. So let's say you have a home mortgage and you have left on that $120,000. You still owe $10,000 on your vehicles. Let's say you have $10,000 in credit card debt, $2,000 maybe in student loans. You would enter any delinquent medical debt you have, home equity, and any other debt. Just total it right here in this space if there's something that's not on this list. And as you can see, as I was doing that in this green square down below, it says your net worth. Your net worth is calculated in this example as $191,000. So again, you can leave this and change it month to month or quarter to quarter or year to year to continue to track that. So let's say your savings balance goes up to $4,000. As you see, your net worth continues to increase. You pay off your student debt. You have put 0 there. Your net worth continues to increase. So it's that easy. The last cool feature of this particular budget tool is the investment calculator. This tool is really awesome. It allows you to estimate your potential future earnings in retirement investments by entering different values. So we'll walk through this real quick too and show you how easy this is to use. Let's assume you're 35 years old and you plan to retire at age 65. Total amount you have saved for retirement so far, we'll just say is $25,000. And then as you can see, the pie chart here to the right starts to calculate based on that initial balance. Then you enter the amount you plan to contribute monthly. Let's say if you make $100,000 a year and you're going to contribute 15% annually of that gross income, that's going to be roughly $1,500 or so a month. And we'll estimate an annual return fairly conservative at 8%. And once you've entered that, you see the table that's calculated in 30 years what your investment would be worth. The 30 years from 35 to 65 shows you your initial balance of $25,000 here in the table, and then in the gray shows you in the pie chart visually how much that is of your investment. Your growth is the big orange area here. It gives you percentages also of how much each is of the total, and the contributions of what you would have made over that 30-year period. And at the top, what your total investment again would be worth, in this case $2.5 million. So the neat thing about this tool is once you've got some numbers in there, you can start changing just to see the effects of, let's say, more interest earned. Let's say we were able to earn 10%. You can see how much that increases your investment. Or you can go on the low end and say, I only earn 6%. You can see how much that decreases. You could also change the amount you plan to contribute monthly. If it was $1,200, you see how that affects your investment over time. And then you can play with your age too for retirement. Let's say you want to retire 5 years earlier. You can see what your investment could potentially be. Again, realize this is the potential earnings. Obviously, it's based on the amounts that you contribute along with the amount of the estimated annual return that you hope to get. So I like this tool. I use this tool to track where I am in my retirement savings, and it helps me estimate my potential future earnings based on my anticipated contributions. We hope you have enjoyed this personal budget preview and tutorial from Smart Wealth Coaching. If you haven't already purchased the personal budgeting tool, click the link in the video description below and get it today. Thanks for watching.